Well, hello. It's Monday, Sunday parade. If that makes any sense. First of all, straight off the bat, I apologise profusely for not being here on Sunday. Family stuff, nothing major. Expectant grandfather and all that malarkey. Yeah, a little bit of stress going around, but it's all good. All good. Everyone's fine and healthy, and that's all that matters. So, and thanks to Colin and Dad for finishing at 4 o'clock, and I apologise if you are watching profusely for not checking timings, etc. But I'm grateful for the fact you finished your stream a little early for everyone else to join, etc. So yeah, so a few things to go over. We're going to go over what's going on in the mess in a minute. We're going to finish up our Corvette. Get the last little bits of detail and stuff onto the base. It's now fixed into the base, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I must, before I go any further, remind you all that on the 19th of March is our 48-hour group build birthday bash for the Model Officers Mess. And this year we are running a Just Giving page for Models for Heroes. We've set ourselves quite a target, £1,000. I'm not sure if we'll get close to it, but let's hope. It's a really good cause. If you want to get involved, really simple. Grab yourself any 148th kit that's not started and start it at 7:30 on the 19th, and you've got 48 hours for you to complete the build. So with that said, if you're international, not in the UK, because obviously I'm based in the UK, you can start at your time, or you can start with us in UK time. It's up to you. That's fine. Just clarify that in the post on the Model Officers Mess. Really looking forward to everybody getting involved. I've got a few people signed up already, and hopefully we'll have a few more. I'm hoping we're going to have some special guests from around the world as well. Whether they'll be modelling or not, I'm not sure. Fingers crossed, we'll see. And also the other thing to just make you aware of is when you give any money to the Just Giving page, what we're going to do is we're going to do a random draw at some point throughout the 48 hours. A simple generator, that's all we're going to try and do. Hopefully that works, because I've not done it before. And we've got a few freebies to give away. Nothing majorly exciting at this stage. So, but it's a way of saying thank you to selected people, picked out of a hat, etc. But more of that to come when we've got everything finalised exactly. The Saturday Night Creche crew will be with me to some degree or other. I know Carl will be working, so Carl won't, unfortunately, which he's really gutted about. I'm sure he'll pop in and give us some grief. Anyway, talking of which, let's hello to the chat, see what is going on and who's in. David was in first, saying good afternoon. Hope you don't mind if I have half an ear on the stream while other doing work stuff. That's fine. Thank you very much for being with me. I'm just very grateful for that. Carl making models, saying hello. Mayhem Model Works is there, 10ish. That's all good. We have got Carl saying he's fantabulous. I can't do that, Carl. That's too long a word. There's a lovely Colin there. He's saying hi, folks. Hi, Colin. Thank you again so much. Always good for your support. And yeah, I must look more carefully. I thought I'd be all right at 4 o'clock, but I didn't look carefully enough, so I apologise for that. We've got John saying hi all. We have got Mayhem Model Works saying to Carl, haven't I seen you somewhere before? And Carl replied, nope, you ain't seen me. No, he's obviously not really here. Graham Norwick saying, right, you horrible lot, listen. And Scale Model Chaos saying afternoon indeed. Dad is there saying hi, James, and all in chat. Hi, Dad. Hope you're well. John saying first time here. Oh, well, hold on to your hat. It's an exciting one today. It could either go really well or really badly. I have no idea. So we'll see. And the lovely Colin saying, no worries. Happy to jiggle things, mate. Oh, thanks very much. As long as you're not jiggling your loose change. Not at me anyway. Eric says saying hi all. Hi Eric, how you doing? And yeah, just Carl saying he's so gutted he's working. In fact, to be honest, we spoke very briefly between us. And it will be the first year that he's not got involved, and we've been doing the birthday bash now for, I think this is the 4th year, something like that. So yeah, he will be sadly missed, but I'm sure he'll pop in and wave at us and give us grief. Panzer's there saying, oh, freebies, something else for me not to win. Well, you never know. You could be lucky, and they are selective. They're not one-off pieces, but there's not many to them. They won't have a number on, but they may be valuable one day in the future. Who knows? Crumbs, that's jumped. Mayhem Model Works saying that Carl, I have the eyes of seeing. However, my memory can be changed if there's the right wheels are greased. Oh dear, tapping his nose. There we go. Barbarossa's Models is there. Saying afternoon, James, and hello everyone. Hi, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it on a grey, horrible Monday morning or afternoon. I don't know where morning come from. Ma'am saying Psycho the Fish sees all Dad. Yes. Well, it's nice that Psycho's watching. It might calm him down. You never know, Dad. We'll see. John is saying it's hard to build up a channel. It can be. It's time consuming, and it takes an effort. But to be honest, the biggest thing you need to taking on board, John, is it's just patience. So it comes eventually. Just get the right stuff going, and you'll be fine. Ian Douthwaite saying afternoon, chaps. Looking forward to the 48-hour build. Never tried one before. Oh, you're in for a treat. The one thing that I was actually asked on the mess this week, great question by it may have been Nim, I'm not 100% sure, but they asked what do we need to get prepared for the 40-hour build. So I will reflect on that. So the first most important thing is the kit choice. Don't choose something that is overly taxing. Something simple, something that you can enjoy the process. And then the next thing would be to just maybe take a moment to write down the processes in which you're going to take and how are you going to plan it out. And then obviously, as important as just being prepared is making sure that you've got the right food ready, you've got snacks available, drinks and all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, rest, because you do need to walk away from it every now and again and certainly get some sleep, etc. So I wouldn't ask anybody to do 48 hours without any sleep. However, if we've got the international side of things going, which I hope will, I don't think I'm going to get very much sleep that weekend, but it's fine. Yeah, just preparation and kit choice is the top tips. So if you've not done it before, you'll have great fun. If you don't finish it within the 40 hours, don't worry. Honestly, don't stress over it. Just try your best. Try to get to the point you're happy with, and then that's all you could be doing. I've done a couple of them. I've done 24 hours and I've done a 48-hour one, and you get a right buzz out of it, even when things go wrong. So, yeah, that's all good. Carl's starting to look frantically for the right grease. Oh no, him and Mayhem are going to go wander off and grease each other up. That's not good. Panzer's just saying, Barbaros Mossels, are you in the Channel Islands by any chance? Oh, okay, yeah, let us know. That's cool. That's a good question. Carl just repeating there, don't be prepared for panic in the last 2 hours. Yeah. It doesn't matter how much planning you put in, those last 2 hours just come around so quickly, and yeah, you have to keep yourself under control. And he's saying that nah, just wing it. Is what he did, yeah. And he's done. And I'll be honest, if you look, there'll be a reveal album on the mess for this one, as there was for every single one. So if you head over to the Model Officers Mess Facebook page and look through the albums, you'll find the work that Carl's done in those panic 2 hours. And he's always come up smelling the roses. So yeah, it's good fun. And I'll be honest, I did my first 40-hour build with Paul Bretland and Gilmon Dragon. It seems like neons ago. It's quite a while now. I think it's about 5 years or so ago. And Gilbert had he was doing giveaways, kits and airbrushes and all sorts of stuff like that. And how he managed that, I have just no idea, because it is really difficult to run everything around. So yeah, kudos to him. Had some great prizes too. Yeah, and Paul as well. Paul had some giveaways as well to do, and in the UK and stuff. So yeah, it was I had such a buzz. I was buzzing for months. So yeah, look forward to that. Stuart Bremer's there saying good afternoon from sunny Kent. Oh, you lucky so and so. We've got brain wonders of brain. And Scale Model Muse wanders in and sits down. Yeah, just at the back there, I noticed as well. You were seen, Muse, don't you worry. So anyway, that's a chat caught up. 18 people watching. That's far more than I expected on a grotty Monday afternoon. So thank you all for taking the time to be with me. I want to quickly look over at the mess. I think I will do that next. The reason being is that when I put posts up on Pacific Days, and we ask you to show us what's on your bench. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to head over. This is the Facebook page, and that's the sort of post in which you can expect to see what's on your bench. And then literally, as it just says, just tell us what you're working on. So on this particular post, our first one up was Mark Ewing, and this is his Meng 135th Whippet, an ICM German armoured car. And that Whippet is cracking, Mark. Really, really cool. So well done. And yeah, it'll be another amazing bit of work. Yeah, I'll be joining Colin and Dave to get that van, get my stuff pulled away. Next up is Dan Cook. He's doing wheels. Trying out a chipping technique, I believe, from what I recall. But yeah, looking really nice. They're going to look cracking on the tank. 10 points if you can name the tank that's from as well. Eric's there. He's just saying what's on his bench is his credit card. Couldn't resist. So he's been buying some new brushes and glues and paints and all sorts of things. No picture to that because you don't want to see his credit card. And the next one up after that is Adam Challenger, which is his 3D Master Chief, 3D printed, Master Chief, just supposed to go. Look at that. That's nice. Yes, the world of fun with a 3D printer. Do like that. Thanks for sharing. And our next one up is Ian. And this is his tank of some description. I can't think what it is. I think that might be a Lee, maybe. But that's a real guess. Looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, looking good. I like the interior. Oh. I wonder if that is the mini art interior kit. There it is. It's a Lee. Is it a Lee? Well, it might be a Grant, actually. I think that might be a Grant. So, yeah, cool. So, yeah, nice work there, Ian. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, and another one for him. And this is the interior. Look at that. Oh, I have got one of those up on the shelf, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. Well done. Thanks, Ian, for sharing. Next up is John Lewis. He's streaking these in amongst other projects. Nice. Some nice missiles. Don't know what they are. I am not au fait with missiles, so I do apologise for that. But they're very nice. Thank you, John. Next up is Rob Paris. This is his 148th FGR2 Phantom. Almost done. Very nice indeed. Look at all that stuff that's open. Lots of extras on that, I would guess. Really nice. And a nice little stealth in the background. Cool. Nearly pressed the wrong button. Concentrate, James. Next one up is Mark Dickinson. This is his 135th Challenging Challenger. Looking good, though. You've done some great work on that. I'm loving the nets. That's awesome. Really awesome. If you're not familiar with the Facebook page, we do ask people to put their posts up like this. But if you can, you've done some technique that you've not done before, tell us how you did it. It's always great to learn new things. Next up is John Pritchard, and this is his 1/600th scale HMS Belfast. Obviously done some painting on that. That's coming along. Nice, John. Thank you for that. I know you're all chatting between yourselves, so I will go back to it. There's a lot going on. You can see the chat on another screen going up and up and up. This is Tim Whitehurst with his the next up, and he's still working on this beast, which I don't know what that is. I think, do you know, I think I talked about this last week, and I did know, and he told me, but I've forgotten. Very reluctant, but great work. Coming along nicely, which is what we like to see. Robin Francis is next. This is his 2 Battle of Britain adversaries, the Spitfire Mark 1 by Tamiya and the Edward BF 109E-3. And a nice Corsair in the background. Oh, looking lovely. Very nice. Thank you, Robin. Remco's up next. With that, I would say it's a bridge laying item of some description, but I'm really guessing either that is the tank on skis. Don't know. Pop a description in, guys. It's always good to know what you're working on. But yeah, that's coming along. Thank you, Remco. Next up, you're going to have to change the way you look at the screen there. Stephen, he's painting figures. And that's to go with his Tilly. That's the Tilly, the back of his Tilly, I believe. Coming along nicely. Oh, and another one from Stephen showing his Tilly in its best light and his figures. Coming along very nicely. I think that's 148, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. Oh. Don't you hate that when that happens? Have a computer malfunction. Bear with me a second while I just sort that out. The joys of Apple when you get all excitable and scroll in the wrong way. It gives you issues. So bear with me, my lovely face. Sorry about that. Bear with. Almost there. Scrolly, and eventually we'll get to where we want to be, and then it'll just go on maximum screen again. No, it won't, because we'll be good. Almost there. Bear with. Oh, then you just love it when it's live. So let's share that screen again. Thank you for your patience. There we go. Almost there. There we go. Oh, no, put that on. Go back. You don't want to see my face. Right, so we did Steve. And our next up is Gustav. Wow, I'm loving that. Gustav's completely sidetracked, I'm afraid. I managed to get myself in deep with Games Workshop. Another Games Workshop victim. Oh, no. This time the fantastic mech game, Abdias Tennesis, I think that is. I could be wrong. This is a 1/250 scale Warlord Titan. But just the exoskeleton scans armor plates, and also missing a shoulder mounted weapons. Wow. Oh, what fun you could have with that. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I really am not. Fox cannot get me to do it. I know he wants to. Next up is Sean. He's just finished this. There you go. That's looking not well. This is looking nice, isn't it? I like that. Very nice. Good job. I'm not good on cars either. An American 1974 something or other. Mustang maybe. Answers in the chat. I don't know. Looking good though. I like it a lot. But he's getting ready to start this. This is his Corsa F4U 1A. Lovely. Very nice indeed. Thanks, Sean, for sharing those. Shane's up next. This is his 132nd Hobby Boss Spitfire. Look at that. Wonderful. Looking very nice. Nice to see some progress on that. Stick an album up. Make an album of your build. Show us all the steps. Thanks, Shane, for popping that in. That's lovely. Luke Burton, one of our admins for the page, is also working on a 148 Spitfire, and that's coming along lovely. Lots of detail going on in that engine. Cracking job there, Luke. Thank you very much. The Marcus White has done it again. He's working on this. Working on the Terias. Pronunciation's really poor. But yeah, he's doing a Roman diorama. He's gone all Roman. And as you can see, he is adding his absolute style to it with additions to the kit, etc. And it is amazing. So if you haven't seen any of that, he's popped some pictures up in the mess. You can see it there, or you can pop over to his own Facebook page, which is Diorama Art. And it's going to be awesome. Really, really awesome. Great progress, Marcus. A great builder as well. Another awesome addition is from Antonio. This is the Sentra Mark III Destroyed Work in Progress. Loving that. Really, really loving that. That's come along so well. And that looks absolutely amazing what he's going to do there. So, yeah, looking forward to that being completed. Thank you, Antonio, for sharing that. Oh, and now for a treat. The great Bob. This is Bob. He's still working on the Paris Rest and Relaxation diorama, and that is just amazing. An amazing builder. All of these buildings are made from card, scratch built. If you want to try it, he's really helpful. He will give you any advice he can. And yeah, just outstanding work. Yeah, blows me away every time he pops a post up, and he's been working on that a long time. Thanks for popping that in, Bob. I really appreciate that. And we're on this one. Testing my knowledge of tanks. It's Russian. T-51. I don't know. But yeah, this is Giuseppe. Lovely work. Really like how that looks. Love the effect of the mud and all that. Outstanding. Thanks, Giuseppe. Easy for me to say. Next up is Jim. A nice, easy name. He's working on this. I'm guessing it's a figure of some description. A little bit of scratch building going on as well, with the bit of plastic there. So yeah, cool. Thanks, Jim. Busy. And the last one for this week is from Kevin. This is his Panzer IV and something delicious. Oh, if only it was a little bit later on a Monday evening, I might just be tempted to go and grab myself a glass. That's looking good. And there you go. Thank you very much, Kevin. That rounds up this week's look at the work in progress on the bench and all that. So that's great. Thank you very much for everyone that posted. If you want to get involved and post some of your work, please do that. Head over to the Model Officers Mess. We put a post up on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday for work on the bench. And at the end of every month, on the Tuesday, we do a best build Tuesday. Now, the idea of that is that you post up your best build for that month, completed build. And then the admins, which are quite a few on the Model Officers Mess, will make a decision as to what they think is the best work of that particular month. And we'll just turn that off. God, yeah, I hate it. Do you not know who I am? I'm live. Sorry. Yes, best Tuesday. So, yeah, the admins will make a choice. And then what we do is we'll put those choices on the banner of the Facebook page over the month. And then those choices will also then be entered into the Model of the Year competition. And Model of the Year competition that we do, last year we did it with all of the group build winners and the banners for the year. This year we do exactly the same. However, we're also going to invite people to put in their best builds for the year for the Model of the Year competition. There is a trophy. The trophy's just literally been delivered last week. It's a pretty little trophy. And that will get sent out to a winner. There'll be a couple of awards. There'll be the Model of the Year. There'll also be an admins award, which is a choice from the admins of, because obviously they look at the page a lot, so they know how people have progressed through their modelling. So, for example, it's not always the best modeler that will win it. It could be someone that's shown a progression of their work throughout the year. So it's a way of going, well done, thanks for sticking with us, thanks for putting all the effort in, and this is just a little thing from us to congratulate you on your progress, on your journey. So it could be any reason. It's totally down to the admins to make a decision. So that's what we have going on. And want to find out more about that sort of stuff, head over to the Model Officers Mess Facebook page. In the announcements section, you'll find all the announcements, funny enough, of which is in there is a file which contains Model of the Year, the Birthday Bash, and all the group builds that we run throughout the year. We run 4 throughout the year. So anyway, enough waffling on about that. Let's have a quick look at the chat, because I know it's been going up and up while I've been chatting away. So let's quickly zip over to that. So John's just saying Gilbert does great work. Yes, Gilbert is an amazing modeler. I've got a lot of time for him, and he got me into YouTube and all sorts without him really realizing. But there you go. Go on, Muse says love Gil's work. Yeah, Gil is a fantastic builder and very prolific as well. Scalmore Muse is saying that he's off work this week, so I'm being haunted by the halls, Lolo. Indeed. Panzer's just saying there, I can get a buzz from sticking a bottle of Alcalad under my nose and asking, does it smell? That is one way, definitely. Panzer's just saying, steel wheels, I guess a late Tiger tank. Do I win a prize? No prize, although there is the great big box of nothing coming to you from nowhere. So well done, Panzer. I think it is a Tiger as well, from what I remember. There you go. Panzer also saying it's a mini art grant. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's probably the same one I've got up on the shelf behind me. I'm really looking forward to doing that. You're just telling me everything that's going on. I should have been half the chat, shouldn't I? I should have been concentrating as I was doing the pictures. Eric's saying it looks like a Hawk missile battery. Okay, that answers that, Quinn. Scale Modern Music saying, wow. Eric's saying it's a T-34-85. There we go. So I'm not very good with anything like that. I'm a Wally. Panzer's just saying to Colin, take note of how bloopers are entertaining. Yeah, they are. They are indeed. Facebook users, James, cheers for the from the Modelers Geeks. Oh, you're more than welcome, mate. No worries. No worries at all. Thanks for watching us, indeed. Modelers Geeks, if you're into your podcasts, you may be aware that Malcolm and myself do a podcast called Just Making Conversation. There is a new one on the block, which is the Modelers Geeks. Look them up. Give them a listen. There are others as well. There's On the Bench. The Plastic Posse, and I'm going to forget one. I know I am. And another one. But have a listen. They're really good fun, actually. I wasn't sure whether I like podcasts or not, but they are something great. You can just switch them on, listen to grown men moaning and groaning about stuff. And yeah, it's good fun. Oh, look at that. Lewis is late in. Morning all. Yeah, well, morning, Lewis. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for joining us. Yes, I think you'll find it was a B-52. Thanks, Panzer. Yeah, I think you absolutely spot on there. And another prize of Box of Nothing coming from nowhere. Well done, Panzer. You are really milking it today. Lewis asking for what he's missed. You've missed too much. You've missed the free giveaways. Everything. That's what happens when you're late. John Paul's just saying that he uses the AK Extreme Metals and loved them. Yes, they're meant to be very good. I haven't got any, but they're all good. Oh, look at this. Panzer's well on it today. He says the tank on skis was a Leopard bridge layer. Yes, I thought it was a bridge layer. I was close. Just didn't know it was a Leopard. That's all. Scale Model Muse is saying AK is great too. Has to be the right environment or something you're doing with it, with the other. There we go. Scale Model Muse saying hi, Lewis. And the Facebook user says, sorry, James, this is Darren from the Geeks. Oh, hi, Darren. Not a problem, mate. For anybody that is watching on the Facebook page, if you allow StreamYard to notify your name, it just comes up on my chat. I normally would have it open on that window there, but I haven't. So I apologize. Anyway, he's on his phone. No. Oh, okay. That's why it won't show. No, it's fine. So it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah, if you don't want to give permission, again, don't. It's fine. Just pop in your name within the comment, and that way I can keep up to date with it all. But thanks for being with us, Darren. Darren, actually, as you're in the chat, are you up for the 48-hour build? You don't have to answer in the chat. Just send me a message if you are, because I meant to send you guys a message and I forgot. So yeah, sorry, but yeah, if you're up for it, give us a shout and we'll work something out. Don't you worry. Thanks for being with us. Lewis is creeping. Is saying, sorry, James. I had to take the cars to the garage and do a bit of shopping and help my mummy, all with the kids being off school. Oh, he's amazing. He is just an amazing man. That's right, mate. No problem. I'm not meant to be here. I'm meant to have been here yesterday. So it's my fault, not yours, really. And the last comment was from Panzer, and he says, I've passed on the Hawk missile. I wanted to give the rest of the room a chance. Oh, yeah. You're a good lad, Panzer. Sharing is caring. And Devin's just saying, no wins, I'll PM you later. Yeah, no worries, mate. That'd be great. See what we can work out. Anyway, right, cool. So I've been yatting on for 37 minutes. So bless you for being with us. 20 people watching. Make sure you say hello and get involved in the chat. That's what it's all there for. It's there for you. Let's head over to the bench, and we're going to try not to muck up what we've done so far. But you never know. Right, so here we are on the bench. We have got our Courvette. It's secure in the base, I hope, fingers crossed. And we have done, all we've done literally, if I show you, is we've just gone around the boat with a little bit of paint, a little bit too much here and there. and coloured in the glue I used effectively. Bit white on this side. On the other side, if I turn it around, I remember to put paint in it so it's not as bad. So yeah, so this is where we're up to on our boat. Now what I want to do is I want to add some spray to it, because obviously the idea being is turning in heavy seas. This is where it could all go terribly wrong. I don't know. We'll see. I've not done it before, so if it does, that's just the joy of model making. Nothing more. And I do apologise. I had to have a little gulp of some liquid. Right, I'm just going to pop some bits underneath the side here. You don't need to see that. It's just so it's at an angle so you can see what I'm doing, really. So what am I going to use to do this process? Now, there are lots of different ways of doing it. You can use structural gel, you can use cotton wool, toilet paper. There's just so many videos out there showing you how to do it. Personally, I'm going to be brave and use some cotton wool. It isn't yellow cotton wool. The lighting is a little bit harsh on it because it's whitish, white and dirty actually. But anyway, so the idea, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make about bow wave, and I'm going to do a little bit along the side here, and all I'm going to use for it, as I said, a bit of cotton wool, a bit of PVA glue that is watered down, in a bottle like so, and a spray. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I've got a backup. One thing I would say to you is if you do spray PVA glue, make sure you wash it out properly, otherwise the spray doesn't work when you go to use it again. Hence why I've had to get a new spray bottle today. So, PVA glue in a spray bottle. A smaller spray head would be advisable as well. And then what we do is we'll get out a bit of cotton wool and we just tease it apart a little bit into a shape in which we're happy with. I shall don on some glasses to see, so I can see what I'm doing. By all means, keep chatting away in the chat. I will come back to it at some point, don't worry. So what we'll do is we move that along a little bit more like so. There's a special app for this and everything. So hopefully we can get in close. Yeah, that's okay. That's not too bad. So what I've done here is I've teased a little bit out for our bow wave. And literally all I'm going to do, fingers crossed, is I'm going to wet the base of our cotton wool. We have got some PVA glue that's not watered down on a bud here, and I'm just going to put some of that on here as well in the appropriate area. Now this is a cotton bud, or sponge bud actually, for makeup. Very useful to have for pigments and all that sort of stuff. It is not from my makeup box. Then all we're going to do is we're just going to drop that in like so. With our tweezers. And what we want to do is try and make a little bit of 3D effect going on. And obviously these tweezers are going to give me grief. Like so. Excuse me while I change my tweezers. That might be easier. So again, cotton bud, a little bit of PVA. We're just going to put a little bit down in this groove that we've left. like so. A little bit of cotton wool. Oh, I'm going to need a little bit more glue, I think. Bear with me. We've managed to get a bit longer than we had anticipated. So again, like I say, we're just going to pop this like so into place. And then what we'll do is we will manipulate the cotton wool in a way in which gives us the effect we want. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of PVA on the bow of our ship, because we're going to want our cotton wool to stick to that, like so. So hopefully that isn't too stark and you can see what I'm achieving or not achieving. Is that working or not? Let us take a little bit of the brightness out of the screen. And hopefully you can see there's an app for this, apparently. Here we go. We're just making a little bit of a splash on our bow there. Okay. So I'm just going to work along here. And what I want to do is I want to be quite sparing as I go along, mostly. So we're going to pop just PVA on here. Now what I will do, I won't do it today live, but what I will do is I will go back at this with a little bit of work with the airbrush at some point to get the colors, because obviously it's quite stark as cotton wool. It's quite a stark white, but we want to put a little bit of color. What I may do, I might try it in a minute or two. If you bear with. Our spray bottle. Actually, let me get a piece of that. That'd be easier to hold. Bear with me a second. Preparation and more preparation is always best. So just a bit of paper, and all we're doing is we're just protecting our ship or boat, and we're just popping a little bit of watered down PVA on that area. And then what we'll do is we'll teasy our cotton wool out, because obviously that's now soaking with PVA glue. So something like that, I think that'll do. So then the other thing I want to do here, now there's quite a lot of waves that have been created by using structural gel, this stuff here, that's on the surface already. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to try a little bit of cotton wool coming away from our Courvette as well. Don't want a great big bit, just want a small bit, a nice small bit like this. And we'll bring that out like that, just for a bit of a bit of difference in the surface there. Now, one of the things I've chosen to do is by doing it this way, if I don't like it, once it's all dried, I can just take it off. Just take it off and redo it with the different way, in which I'm going to show you the difference in a minute, because there's a couple of ways in which you can do this. Now tweezers. Like so. The reason I'm doing it like this is because what I'm really trying to achieve is that wispiness, that real wispiness you get. As you can see there, it's really difficult to get that with structural gel. You can get the main part, but not the whispers of water, which is what I'm trying to achieve here. Because obviously it's turning in heavy seas, it's going to be wisping up the water as it goes, breaking through this wave here. And obviously it will create waves coming off as well, but we're going to tackle those with a slightly different technique, which I'll show you in a minute. So there we go. What we're going to do, a bit more PVA, work our way along the boat, and I just want to put a little whisper in here, not too much, literally a little whisper, a little bit of cotton wool, and we're going to pull it as thinly as we can, like that, thinly as we can. And then what we'll do is we'll place that in with our tweezers. And literally all I want to do is I just want a little bit of churning up of the sea. So the other part that I'm going to do is I will mix up in a minute. Oh, excuse me. Technical. Yeah, so I'm not going to do all of the side of the ship live. I'm going to do some of it off camera, obviously. But what I want to do is I just want to come along here a little bit more with the same I've done here, and then I'll show you the next bit I'm going to do with the structural gel. Now, structural gel looks white, but it will dry clear. So what we'll do is we'll make up a little bit of the structural gel with a little bit of white paint, because we want to have the crests of the wave coming through. The little bit I'm going to do in a minute. I'll explain it better in a minute, sorry. So as you've noticed, I've opted mainly to use our PVA white glue in its normal form, not in its watered down form. And the main reason I've gone down that road is because what was coming out of the spray bottle was not as fine as I want it to be. It's a bit lumpy, and that's because I've got the wrong type of spray bottle. Totally my fault. I'm just going to do this a little bit up here, and then we will do our structural gel. Not too much, James. Don't need too much. So you can see we're working our way along. And then what I'll do is, once this is all done, obviously we'll do a reveal, a very quick reveal on the mess on the Sunday parade next week, next Sunday. And what I mean by that is I'll take some pictures of the final piece, and you'll be able to see the effect that I got and whether it worked. So literally that's all I wanted to do, is I just want to get to that corner there. That's all in there nicely. And what I will do, I'll give it a little bit of time to dry, and then I will come back at it with some tweezers and pull out the effect a little bit more. But that's all I'm going to do for that right now. Before I go any further, and I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do some structural gel next. Show you what I use that for and how I use that. Just going to quickly look at the chat, make sure I've not missed any bits out, because obviously you've been chatting amongst yourself quite a while. Lewis just saying, oh, that looks beautiful. He's obviously looking at the replay at the beginning when my face was on, so yeah, that's good. Thank you. Scale Modern Muse is looking good. Thank you. And Panzer's saying, am I the only one who was thinking the Corvette was going to be a car? Yeah, you're not alone. And he says, a nice ship, lovely base. Thank you very much. And Lewis just saying that I should do a showroom car next. No, that's not happening. Scale Modern Muse saying Pansy doesn't know anything about ships. Me neither. Dave saying the Corvette is looking really nice. Even unfinished, he senses the movement is fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say that. I'm going to skip over Lewis's next comment because he should know better. Making models. Carl is saying all you need to know about ships is floating good, not floating bad. Yes, that is pretty much all I know. Pan's just saying I could donate one of my boxes of nothing for the next build. Oh, okay, that's cool. Thank you very much. Lewis saying unless it's a submarine, Carl, and then it's not a ship, it's a submarine. Lewis, clues in the name. Edward Lenner saying morning, James, and everybody. Good morning, Edward. Thank you for joining me. And Carl just confirming that a submarine is not a ship. He's quite right. Edward saying he's been busy doing a partial water change for the jelly tank. Oh, wow. I must see some pictures of that, Edward. I don't think I've ever seen a jellyfish tank. Looking nice, James. Thank you, Edward. Thanks very much. Panzer also saying that at least there's no chance of the cotton wool pinging out from the tweezers. No, but there is lots of chance of getting stuck to the tweezers, Panzer. So yes, that's the joys of photo etch, that is. Scale a modeling chaos to Panzer. Knowing my luck, I would still ping off and get lost with the carpet monster. Yeah, if it gets on the carpet monster, it sticks, and you can see him a mile off with cotton wool, so it's all good. Scale Modern Music saying, yeah, really no feeding the carpet monster cotton fluff. Oh, Hobby Link International. That would be Kenny from New York. Has joined us. Thanks, Kenny. So nice work, buddy. Just popping in while at work. Ah, cool. Thank you very much. Model Making Dave's workshops all looking good. He snuck in there as well. He's saying hello to everybody. Thanks, Dave. Thanks very much. So yeah, so caught up with the chat. So yes, so as you can see, if I can, did I leave that in the amazing? I did leave it in the amazing. Look at that. So basically, as you can see there, I'll try and angle it as best I can. We've got quite a lot of movement in the water on that section. A little billowing, I think would be the phrase. However, what we want to do is we're going to get some ripples coming out from our ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into my drawer here to my side, get out one of these little pretty things. Great little things. These are medicine cups. Get them on eBay, really, really cheap. And they're really great for mixing paints and etc, etc. But in this case, what we're going to do is I'm going to use some of this heavy structural gel. Oh, sorry, get it in camera. Heavy structural gel I'm going to use now. And as you can see, it looks white, but it will dry a transparent colour. Easy for me to say. sort of reach into my drawer for my handy little sticks. And what we'll do is we're just going to put a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit in our medicine cup. Now I'm going to put a little bit of white acrylic paint in there as well. Mix these up. Now, I want a little bit of colour in there. So what I'm going to also add into it, the madman that I am, I'm going to add in a little bit of acrylic blue as well, but just a little bit because it is very blue. And we'll put that. You can't see it on camera because it's just off camera, so I apologise. Just a little tiny bit of that. And then what we're going to do is mix that up. That gives us a nice light blue, which might seem a strange colour, really. But when it dries, it'll have a blue tint to it. And then what we're going to do, let's do this bit first, James. So using quite a large lump, we're going to tap in some lines into our water in the direction of our Courvette's movement. So we're going to have a bit of blue in our mixture. And then what we do, once this dries, the transparent, when it goes transparent, it'll have a blue tinge to it. And then what you can do, where you've made your crests on our waves, you can come back at it with a dry brush technique to bring out the white of the tops of our crests. Like so. We're not going to go any madder than that. But what I am going to do while I've got this is I want to go to the back of our boat. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of movement there in our water. And like I say, you can come back at this with an airbrush or a paintbrush once it's all dried and manipulate it so you get a better look. At the moment, that it's not looking too bad. Move that out of the way because we don't need those. But what we're going to do next is we're going to go to the back of our boat, ship, non-submarine, with our structural gel. And what we want to do is we just want to put lots on, which we can then manipulate later, because we want to show that our propeller is working very hard. In our rough seas to keep it all ship shape. So I'm just spreading this on quite thinly at the moment. Making sure I use everything that's in the pot. I won't need to use that anymore. So we've got to make it quite wide. You can always add a little bit more on if we need to once it's dried and I've got the effect I want. Like so. Right, so the last thing to do with this is an old brush you're not too worried about. Literally, if I show you this way, literally what you do with the brush is you just dab, because you want to get it all churned up nicely. To show that our propeller is moving, churning up the water as she goes. Like that. And one thing to remember is always have a piece of paper close by, because you don't want this to set in your structural gel to set in your brush, unless it's an old brush and you don't care about it. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll stick that into some water and just clean the brush off very quickly. So now with this, as I said, at the moment it looks really, really white. As you can tell, I shall bring it up to the camera and hopefully we shall be able to get that into focus properly. Oh, nearly. So as you can see, it's quite churned up, quite you can see that that's got quite a lot of height on it, and that's the joy of the structural gel. The whole idea is that it will, you can manipulate it into a shape and it will hold its shape. So what we'll do is we'll wait for that to dry. That will go transparent, and then what we can do is we then can paint that a little bit with an airbrush, but then we will dry brush the tips of our waves to give us the white foamy bit you get behind a vessel going through water. So there you go, that is one side done. And if I hope to God this doesn't fall out live on television, that would be just horrendous. But there you go, you can see our wake. It's got some nice height on it. Sorry, these are wakes where it's coming through the water here at the front. It's got some nice height on it. We'll need a bit of playing with that, I think. And then what I will do is I will use some ink, some blue ink, just some Winsor & Newton inks like that, and maybe a little bit black. I'll knock up a bluish colour, and then what I'll do is I'll feed that into the base of our crests of our waves. The cotton will take it, and like I say, as long as that gets set, then what we can do is we can always come back and dry brush it over our cotton wool to get the whiteness on the tops of our waves. So there you go, that is that. Now obviously the other side, which I'm not going to do live on here, I'm going to play with the other side. It has got some curvage on it, so yeah, that's going to be quite fun to do. We'll play with that a little bit more in a bit. So there you go, I hope that's been of use for you. If you haven't done a water-based diorama before, give it a go. It's easy to do. The base is literally being primed in UMP black primer as a normal standard thing. I've then gone over it with like a really dark blue, and then I've gone over it with some green and sort of a dark sky color. And then as you can see here, we've got our waves. You see, you've got our waves there, which I've started to work on with the white a little bit. But then all I'm literally going to do is I'm going to dry brush really, really carefully with a brush very lightly over the tops of the crest of the waves. But yeah, we haven't gone too mad because obviously the scale of the boat is 144, so we don't want to go too bad with our C, but it just gives you the illusion of movement in the water. So there you go. That's that. Let's have a quick look at the chat. We'll see where we're up to. Scale One Muse saying hi to Kenny. Hi, Kenny. And he's saying hi back. Ray's just popped in. Hey, Ray. How you doing? Hope you're well. See, Panzer's being technical now. He says it's a ship. Boats are small and or submarines. There we go. John's just saying, really nice ship you have there. Thank you very much. And Scale One Music saying Windsor and Newton inks are very nice. They are very good products. You know, the same with the structural gel. The structural gel is Windsor and Newton. It comes as structural gel, or you can get the heavy structural gel. The clue's in the name. If you want something that's going to have lots of peaks, heavy is what you need. Structural will just give you a very good, gets this rippling effect on the top here. That was done with structural gel. So yeah, good products to have. Yeah, don't have to go mad then, do you? Right, so there you go. That's the demonstration that I'm going to do today. Done. We're going to quickly come back to my ugly mud. There we go. I hope that's been of use. Like I say, I will put some pictures up. I would continue it. You can use toilet paper for the same effect if you wish. It depends on the scale. The smaller the scale, I would say probably toilet paper will be better. You can get the same ripply effect by literally all you do is you put some PVA, watered down PVA on your base, toilet paper on top, watered down PVA on top of that. And as you're doing that with a brush, you can get it all wrinkly and it gives you the texture that you want for water. And then it's just a case of painting and being enthusiastic with your mixture of colours and playing around. So there you go. Yeah, as I say, there's lots of different ways of doing it, and there's loads on the internet as well. So if you ever get stuck and want some advice as to what I've done and how I've done it, by all means, just drop me a message and I'm more than happy to help. So there you go. That's that done. Carl's just saying the difference between boats and ships. Boats can go on to ships, not the other way around, unless there's a very bad accident. Yes, absolutely right. Passage saying depends on the attitude of the captain. Yeah, that too. So there you go. As a reminder, can I just, I don't apologise for banging on about it because, like I say, it is really important for us at the Model Officers Mess that it's successful. Our birthday bash is on the 19th. Please get involved. If you can't get involved for whatever reason, there is a Just Giving page link on the Model Officers Mess on the Facebook page and on Twitter. Sorry, not Twitter, and on Instagram and on all the other bits and pieces. So get involved. Please dig deep if you can. If you can't, not a problem. If you treat yourself to a Costa coffee every now and again, I guess you've been at home during the lockdown and bits and pieces. You've maybe not had that opportunity to have your cup of coffee. £2.50. Donate it to charity, a worthy cause. And like I say, there's over 2,000 members of the Model Officers Mess. So it works out at 50p a member. And we get that £1,000, and that would make a massive difference to Malcolm and all the beneficiaries. So there you go. Thank you very much. Post a link for the Facebook page. It is linked in the video, or should be. Yes, it is linked in the video on YouTube. But if you're struggling, I will post it up on Festa's group as well. And if you're struggling, just contact me through Facebook, James Giffins, the ugly one, and I can send you a link personally anyway. But it is on the bottom of the video. And if it's not right now, it will be within a matter of minutes. So yeah. Although saying that, what I could do is I could just post it up in the chat. Oh, there we go. Look, that's the Facebook group. Thank you, Carl. What I'll do is I'll quickly go into the announcements as well. Carl's one of our very good admins as well. There is the link for the Just Giving page as well. It should be in there. It's not. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Bear with me. I shall give you the Just Giving link. I think that's the right one. And I'll post it in the comments right now. It's a long old thing. But yeah, there we go. I may have posted that twice. I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. Let's have a look. Let me try that again. Oh, actually, what were we saying about? Yes, we were saying just that, weren't we? Right, hopefully it'll work this time. No, it didn't. Right, what I'll do is it will be in the description of this video in the next 10 minutes or so. But like I say, if you struggle, oh, there we go. Carl's done it as well. Thank you, Carl. If you're struggling and you need the link, then contact me. Not a problem. I can get it to you. I will be posting it about, and I will be asking other groups to advertise it as much as possible. I plan to do that in the next week or so to give everyone enough time. I have tried to push it around as much as I can. But there we go. Anyway, yes. So thank you very much for being with me on a grim Monday afternoon. I really, really appreciate it. So many of you turning out. I really am grateful. And I'll pop some pictures up in the album to do with the Corvette, showing you what I did and didn't do. If you need any help or questions, just let me know. Anyway, until Sunday. I will be back Sunday for the parade, of course. Can I just also remind you that the crew and I, me, Carl, and Steve, and Lewis, and Nat will be on the Saturday night Creche, 8 o'clock. Carl's hosting this week. Whoop, whoop. He's not working, so that's cool. And Nat's got a lovely thing lined up for you to all enjoy playing. So until next time, ta-ta!